Hey guys, it's Mike, and I got some live dates coming up. This weekend, I will be that's January 14th and 15th. I will be in Minneapolis at the Sisyphus Brewing Company with Evan Williams. Ticket link is in my bio. Then, the week after that, January 22nd, I'll be at the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago, one night only with Evan Williams, once again. After that, I got Rochester and Buffalo the following weekend, the 27th and 28th, I think. I know that's not a weekend. It's Thursday, Friday. But I might have something on that Saturday. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. The weekend after that, I'm in Poughkeepsie, New York on February 4th and 5th. The weekend after that, February 11th. That's my father's birthday. Make a note. Wish my dad a happy birthday, and we're going to get into the show. This show, we did it with now friend of the show, Geoffrey Asmus. The beginning of the first 8 minutes, the audio quality is going to be whatever, and then it's going to get better because I kicked the plug out of my out of the outlet when I was recording. I should have batteries in this recorder, but I don't, and some people just never learn. But the episode was a lot of fun. Geoffrey's got a new podcast out, and it was very good. I love sitting down and just chatting with comics and talking about riffing it out and talking about whatever. I think it was a very funny episode, and thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Also, patreon.com/sitdownpod. $5 a month gets you a bunch of bonus content. And we will let's start the show. Hello, everybody. Once again, Happy New Year. This is the Sit Down. My guest today is a very funny comic that we're having back on the show. He is currently the host of the podcast You're an Idiot with Alex Dragovich. Please welcome back to the show, Mr. Geoffrey Asmus, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me, Mike. How you doing?
I'm good. How was your, I guess, can we still say, I guess we can say Happy New Year. There was a guy, I was at an open mic one time, and there was a guy who got on stage. It was like January 17th, and he gets on stage. He's like, I noticed that nobody said Happy New Year. So, Happy New Year, everybody.
People who get into the new year are some of the lamest human beings on the planet. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Well, it used to be April 1st, right? That's where April Fools comes from. But
oh, really? Is that real? Oh shit! I didn't know.
So people who thought that the New Year was April 1st, they would go, you fucking idiot.
Oh, is that mocking the pagans? Like that? How the Christians were like, oh, you believe in Zeus still, you dumbass?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of a fun prank. Give it up for the Catholic Church for that one.
Yeah. So they would go, you dumb piece of shit. You thought it's the New Year.
But that's when they would molest kids. They're like, oh, it's just a joke one day, but then it became a whole fucking year-long thing.
I think the last time you're here, we talked about pedophilia, maybe 2 minutes into the show. And I like that we're doing it again.
It's what the fans want. It's what the fans want.
Yeah, but it's just, but we've talked about this before. It's just the thing that you talk about.
It's the pedophiles are the Holocaust. That's really the funniest and worst things you can talk about, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. Did I have my kid the last time we podcasted?
You did have a kid last time. Okay. Yeah, you did. Okay. Yeah, it was it was like 4 or 5 months ago. So you had, how old is your kid? A year now? He's over a year. He's 8 months. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nice. So. No words, no walking.
He's like babbling a little bit. He's going mama, mama. So I guess, but I don't know if that counts as like his first word.
No. Unless he's retarded, then I guess that's his first word. But you don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very upset if he is. I had my brother was. I grew up with a brother who was,
okay. So it might run in your family.
So, if I have to do that again, I might kill myself.
Oh my god.
Just that's because I know what they're like when they get older. When they get older, they're just like they don't like you. They're not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom was a special ed nurse, so I always had to be around those kids. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's
Did you ever
brutal.
go to a Special Olympics?
I did not, but I went like on Take Your Child to Work Day. I'd go to my mom's classroom where she's just sticking a tube in all these vegetables. It's really brutal. I was like, okay, but they're so happy. They're so happy. They're just like laughing and just covered in shit. And it's like, okay, why did I learn to read if they're so happy?
It is great. They are really happy, and they all have like 5 girlfriends. Every kid with Down syndrome has like 5 girlfriends.
Yeah, because they don't remember when they break up, or they don't take yes or no for an answer. It's like, oh, you're my girlfriend.
Right. They don't understand what a restraining order is. So they think that girl is still their girlfriend.
Oh my God.
But when we were growing up, we did a lot of like, special needs events and stuff like that. We did, my brother was on a baseball team. My brother was on a baseball team for a long time. And I think he must have played from when he was 8 to when he was like 15.
Was it like T-ball, or they were like pitching and catching?
They were pitching and catching, but it was for some of the kids, they would bring the tea. They would bring.
Oh, okay. Was there like a kid who was like barely challenged, and you're like, should he be in the league?
Well, there was a kid.
Like,
there was a kid, John McCormick, with Down syndrome, who was like our star player.
Oh, really?
He was like our closer. He was like the closer on the batting lineup. But his father was like the coach of the team. He had like a hot sister.
Okay.
Yeah. So
did your brother do Special Olympics?
Yeah. Well, he did Special Olympics, but he played for this baseball team, and like so some of the kids would have buddies. So I would usually be my brother's buddy. It was like volunteering or whatever it was. And he was very he wasn't into baseball. He didn't really make effort to. And I think he played for a long time. I want to say maybe like 8 or 9 years. And we could never get him to swing the bat. He just wouldn't.
He just struck out every time.
Well, they don't make special needs kids strike out. They just let them run the bases.
Oh, really? There's really no rules. It's just home run every time.
It's just chaos. Yeah. It's just everybody. The score is 27-27
But they keep score still?
They don't really keep score.
Oh, okay. But then when does the inning end? Who gets out? Does everyone just bat and then you go into the next round?
I think it's everybody bats. And I think they probably play like 3 innings.
Oh, okay. That's incredibly funny. But in Special Olympics, they do give medals. Like they are competing, right?
Yeah, they are.
They are. Okay. That's okay. What was your brother's event in that?
Well, so I have a really old joke about it where he was like he would do like these races. But Special Olympics, when you go, like it takes all day. Like that's your entire Saturday.
Oh,
it takes a long time to like set up the events, and to like.
So you're just pissed off. You're just like, this is my Saturday. Oh God.
You're like 14 years old. You're like, I'll do this for like a couple hours.
Yeah. But I want to play sports with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to play GoldenEye.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it was more GoldenEye.
It was GoldenEye. I love that.
But it's just very slow, and it's very like, and then they would do these like, he would do these races for like a quarter of the track or like half the track. And so the old joke that I have is that he was in a wall, like they would put. So I'm going to try to word this. I'm not going to try to word it like the joke is worded. But they put him in like a speed walking race. So and they would have kids speed walk, and whoever was the fastest speed walker would get the gold medal.
Okay.
So he got disqualified because he ran in the speed walking race.
Oh no! How do you define the difference between speed walking and running?
I guess if your feet, something with your feet being on
something with your feet, if they go too high off the ground or something. Just let him run.
I guess if it looks like, well, that was kind of my thing. It's like, no, but he used his mind to like win.
He cheated. That's good. Yeah. That's like steroids. Yeah. That's great.
Right. No, but it's like it's like you're punishing a special needs kid for using his brain.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to win.
You're like, no, you stay down there. You stay
Yeah.
down there. That's where we like you.
Yeah.
Oh, are people traveling from like Uzbekistan to do the Special Olympics? Is it like a worldwide thing?
Yeah, you just go in and you're just intimidated by all the different like
Yeah, all the different nationalities
from all over the world. I don't want to like use that word, but like from all over it's like the scene in Dodgeball, the montage of everybody kind of.
Oh yeah. From all over the world, every different type of especially challenge. I'm sorry I used the R word earlier. I didn't know.
No,
I feel bad.
No, I guess I still use it. I guess I'm just trying not to.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I'm aware that I'm wrong. I just sometimes it slips out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a piece of shit.
But you're trying to correct one little part, and I respect that.
Well,
it's good.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like to adapt to the language. I don't know. I mean, I was like I was DMing a woman. I was like I was sort of chatting with somebody who was like 10, I think maybe 9 or 10 years younger than me. And I just said it like casually, because usually like people will laugh if you say it because it's like a funny word to say, to slip into conversation. And she was like, it's fine. Like, she's like, I'm going to ask you not to use that word. I think she was like serious about it.
Yeah, you can really ruin a relationship with someone with that word. That word can really haunt you. I try not to say gay. That's mine. That's my one thing I try not to say. Otherwise, everything's on the table with me.
Yeah,
but
I know. But in that, yeah, right.
Exactly. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to go onto myself.
No, but see, maybe God is punishing. He's making you gay because you used gay in that context. So because
I mean, you called everything gay when you were a kid.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
It's just constantly.
And there's no replacement for that word.
It's like lame, I guess, but it's not the same. You'd be like, oh, chicken nuggets are gay.
Yeah,
it's like, why it doesn't make sense.
You can't say lame because that's ableist.
Yeah, so you're right. You can't say crazy. You're not supposed to say crazy anymore. You can't call things dumb anymore. Some people say. I don't think.
Yeah.
No one actually thinks that.
But just if I can go back to the R word really quick. So we did Special Olympics a lot, and I remember that like taking up a lot of my time. And then I remember my brother had this really ambitious theater director at his school, his like special needs school. And so there were a lot of different types of special needs kids at the school. So this director, he was like this kind of like effeminate little like Jewish guy, Mr. Rosen. He had like a theater background. And he decides that he's going to do like a full length production of Guys and Dolls at the school. So my brother was just like in the chorus of the guys, and so he's like off to the side with a bunch of other lower functioning kids who can't really, sing or read lines or anything. And they would just kind of clap their hands when the music came on. And I'm just watching my brother like clap out of rhythm. Like he could never hit a baseball and he couldn't clap his hands on rhythm.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I hope he didn't even look like he was having fun. But I literally like sat through like a 3-hour production of Special Needs Guys and Dolls when I was in high school.
I love the over ambitiousness of that teacher who's just he won't admit that he didn't get the job at Juilliard or whatever. He's like, no, we're still going to do it. We're still doing it my way.
Yeah.
I'm putting my own twist on Guys and Dolls.
This is going to be the best production this township has ever seen.
Yeah, it's going to have feminist undertones and we're going to really take it back.
He's doing modern Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, exactly. Like, could anyone read the lines or was it just chaos?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Damn it. Fuck.
What happened?
I just kicked the fucking... God damn it. Sorry.
It's okay.
Can you hear me?
All right, and we're back, everybody. I kicked the cord out of the wall, but we're back. We're here. We were talking about special needs Guys and Dolls.
Yes.
I hope that all kept. That all stayed in there.
I think it did. I think I got it.
All right. Thank God.
People need to hear that.
Yeah.
They need to, because it is a hilarious image, and that's something That's something that like woke people would retweet. They're like, "You've got to watch this 3 hour
Mhm.
Guys and Dolls. It's so inspiring."
Well, it
You've
might have
got
been
to
even longer than the actual show because I remember like the kid who like was Nathan, the main character, Nathan Detroit, was like he just had like a learning disability because there were varying degrees of special needs kids in the school.
Right.
But he would like every like 2 minutes he would forget his line, and there were teachers on the side with the book like feeding him lines.
Oh
So
God.
he would just be like, I don't have the I don't, and then they're like, it's okay, Alan.
Oh
And they're
no.
just like, and I think that might have doubled the amount of time. I don't remember how long it was, but
Oh,
I
that sound. I get it. I totally understand trying to do that, but boy, is that
yeah.
if the guy who wrote Guys and Dolls was there, he'd be like, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is not what I intended.
Yeah.
This is not.
He'd sue the special needs school for ruining his
Yeah, I
his
mean, do
work.
Hop on Pop or something. Like,
Yeah.
why do you have to do Guys and it's so much. It's so much.
Right.
I guess they can do
God,
anything.
Hop on Pop would have been perfect.
Hop on Pop. Do a quick Green Eggs and Ham read through.
It
That
would have
sounds great.
Yeah. It would have been the
That's
perfect length of time.
do one of the canceled Seuss books.
Yeah.
Whatever I can't remember what they were called.
Yeah.
That's something my mom is still mad about is the Dr. Seuss canceling.
Oh, my
shit.
mother-in-law got us a bunch of Dr. Seuss books, and she got us like Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, to make fun of like it being changed. To
she got us like the original Mr. Potato Head. She was like, just in case the liberals try to take it away.
Oh God, that's so funny that people they get so mad about that. It's like, were you playing with Mr. Potato Head still? Like,
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Well,
You
it's
can
just
tell
like
your
an
kid-
assault. Yeah.
you
Christian
can tell your
Walker.
kid-
Christian Walker got very upset about that.
Who's that?
He's that effeminate black gay kid who's like right
Oh,
wing.
who's like really conservative for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
Isn't he like 12 years old or something?
Yeah, he's got to be like 18 or 19, and I guess he's
Oh,
rich.
he is now.
He's
Oh,
Herschel
of course.
Walker's
Yeah,
son.
that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Because then Herschel Walker is running for
Senate.
senator.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
God.
So he was like, he went on this big rant in his car, and he was like, now they're he's like, stop attacking Western civilization, stop attacking our culture.
Is that like do you think that's our culture? Then it's complete piece of shit. If like Mr. Potato Head's a fulcrum of our
Yeah.
society.
Yeah. Well, I guess a lot
of
of it's just trying to drum up whatever.
Oh yeah,
outrage
it's
and
just
stuff.
this endless culture war,
Yeah.
constantly culture war.
Yeah.
Like didn't they storm a cheesecake factory in Brooklyn?
I think
Like
somebody at Applebee's.
yesterday or 2 days ago, like 40 people sat down
Mm-hmm.
in a protest in the cheesecake factory because they had to show their Vax card.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
You gotta love that shit.
Yeah. My dad is like, I don't know why, but my dad is like pretty homophobic, which is kind of weird because nobody's really homophobic anymore.
Oh, old people are. Old people are.
Yeah.
How old's your dad?
Like 68.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Does he let it out a lot?
No, but you can tell that he is. Like he's,
Yeah.
you know. But I showed him some Christian Walker videos. And I was like, Dad, what do you think of this guy? And he was like, well, I don't really like his voice, but I like what he's saying. So now maybe my
he doesn't
dad's
like that he might be gay, but he likes what he stands for.
Yeah.
That's what. Oh my God. Now that's his new favorite YouTube channel, probably.
Yeah.
You got him into it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't show old people conservative stuff to make fun of it because they'll just be like, "Yeah, this fucking rips."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like what? Tucker Carlson's cool as hell. What are you talking about?
Right. This
My
Adam
mom
Carolla is hilarious.
Adam Carolla. My mom loves Candace
Owens, yeah.
Oh yeah, she loves her. She was like, what was that
Yeah.
little Nas X guy made a shoe with the devil, and my mom was like, "This is ruining America."
Mm-hmm.
You don't even listen to the radio. Like,
Yeah.
what do you give a shit?
Yeah. Well, it's the youth. It's like corrupting the youth.
It's like, yeah, but then don't you remember when you were in the 60s? They did the same thing to you. Can't you like
Right.
Can't they realize it's just the same endless cycle?
Right.
But then we're probably gonna do the same thing. So
Right. And in the 60s, it was songs that were like, and I feel a little tingle whenever I
Yeah.
touch your hand.
yeah,
And they're like, what the fuck is this?
yeah, it is so funny how low the bar used to be for obscenity.
Isn't that funny though? Like, imagine if you had a time machine just going back in time, going back to like the 1950s and being like, and this is what happens 70 years from now. You just show them little Nas X like twerking on the devil.
They'd all be like, we're not fighting Hitler anymore. This is what the world's gonna come to. It's not worth saving.
Yeah.
Let it happen.
Yeah.
Well, you look
It
like
is.
I was thinking back. I don't know why I was reading about. You remember Sinead O'Connor, that
Yeah.
Irish singer,
Yeah.
who ripped a picture of the Pope on SNL?
Yeah.
It's like that wouldn't even make the news anymore. No one.
No.
And everyone's like, yeah, fuck the Pope. Who cares?
And what was she upset about? There's something about Ireland or his stance on.
But I mean, they were like not letting the pedophilia come out. They were like stuffing it under the rug. So she was actually completely correct. And then Joe Pesci was like, if I would have been there, I would have punched her in the face.
Yeah, I think Sinatra said that too, actually, because he was alive at the
Sinatra
time.
did too. Yeah,
he was like, I would kick her ass.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Hey, if I was there, I would have taken that woman. I would have shoved her head through a wall. You understand me?
You don't do the Pope like that.
I would have given her. I would have given her the old Frank 1-2.
I've done it to many women, and I'll do it again.
You understand? Back in my day, we had a way of dealing with women who disrespected the Pope.
Concrete shoes. We put them in the river.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "Yeah, Frank."
Get her, Frank.
He's on the front page of the New York Times, being like, "I would kick that woman's ass."
Don King setting up the fight. They do it in Vegas.
Yeah,
everyone would watch.
It's just so funny though, because I don't know. I mean, I know you've been doing comedy a long time, and like so have I. And you know, we said earlier that I'm trying not to use the R word anymore. I'm trying not to use the R word as much. At least publicly, I'm trying not to use it because I don't want to.
For sure.
Because you don't want to be like irrelevant, you know.
Yeah. You don't want to be the guy who refuses to change. You don't want to.
Yeah.
There are those people who are like, no, I can still say slurs on stage. It's like, yeah, maybe, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not right now.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that guy. Did people say the R word on stage a lot in New York like a decade ago?
I don't really remember. I mean, I guess probably not a lot, but I think it was probably more permissible.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hear people do it. I mean, I'll be honest, I've done it once or twice in the last couple months.
Yeah.
It's kind of killed, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I want it to bomb because then I feel like, because if it does well, I'm like, well, I'm correct.
Yeah.
I'm right. Which isn't.
I did it at a show in Brooklyn. Because I had a new joke where I'm like, my brother refuses to wear a mask in public, and I worry people think he's like a Trump supporter. So we go out. I'm like, no, he's the other kind of retard. And so like
Did that go well?
Yeah. So like it was doing like really well when I first started doing it, and then and then I did it at the Tiny Cupboard, and I opened with it because I was like, yeah, here's my new like COVID stuff, and I just I had one of the worst bombs I've had in like years. I did like 10 minutes.
Really? They were just done with you?
They were done with me.
Wow.
And
but you're saying it about Republicans who you'd think
you would
would
think.
Okay.
But they have a hard time.
That's deep Brooklyn. That's deep Brooklyn, isn't it?
It must be, but it's also like, you know, if that neighborhood, a different crowd would have been, you know?
Right. I mean, I remember I visited New York like 2 months ago.
Neighborhood's a little more culturally conservative.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I bombed in Bushwick, and I almost wanted to quit comedy. It's just like brutal sometimes.
Yeah.
It might be the worst place in America to do comedy.
It might be the worst place in America to do comedy.
I'd rather do comedy in a VFW in North Dakota than than in Bushwick.
Yeah. That and Portland, Oregon is not great.
Portland is a little too far. Yeah. I mean, we're liberal guys, but sometimes they take it too far.
They do.
They take it too far.
But then there's also something about that type of liberalism where it's like but you live here in this neighborhood. You're living in like a Puerto Rican neighborhood, you know?
Right. They have no self-awareness of that.
Yeah. And then it's like Portland too has a weird thing where it's like you can't, like it's Portland to me feels very segregated. The way it feels very racially segregated.
Oh yeah, all the like those artistic cities are.
Yeah.
That's just it's always the same.
Yeah.
All the homeless people aren't white or they live in a certain area. And it's like, well, don't you see maybe you're not totally right or your system isn't working.
Right. It just feels like we should be more comfortable talking about race with each other.
They try to act like they're like, we don't talk about it, it'll go away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, but people, I think we rag on the liberals being offended a little too much. Like conservatives get offended so often too.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah.
I do a lot of shows in farm towns, and they get pretty angry.
Really?
I'll say that.
What do they get angry at?
You talk about abortion, they are not on board with that. Or the troops, you can't even. I mean, I probably should be. I'm not the guy to make fun of the troops, but
yeah.
That's
a weird. The troops are a weird one though because it's like nobody likes the troops. Nobody really gives a shit about the troops anymore. I mean, we're not really in any wars, and like 9/11 was so long ago, and it ruined our country.
In small town Midwest, people care about the troops.
They care about the troops.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. They're all, even though none of them are in the army, they don't know anyone in the army. They just have this bizarre, like they worship the military. I know a lot of comedians who just sell. Like I love the military stuff as their merch in the Midwest, and it just sells like they just sell a hat that says Army on it, and people will buy it.
Really?
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know. Well, the abortion thing is funny because like it's almost like if imagine you were at a comedy show and somebody came out on stage and was like, "Isn't it fun to go to a playground and like chop a baby's head off?" Like that's kind of like how it probably feels for them.
Right, yeah.
Because I think you're actually killing a baby. Yeah.
I think, didn't Louis have a bit about that? Where how he's like, these people actually think it's murder, so think about it from their perspective. Okay. Which is interesting. Which I guess is interesting to think about, but also like they're wrong. So like like if someone thought Jesus rode on a dinosaur, that doesn't mean I have to accept their worldview. You know.
Louis really does take every premise and makes it better.
He does. But we can you steal someone's premises once they've been canceled?
I think so.
Can Cosby's jokes, are they public domain now?
I guess nobody owns the premise.
No one owns the premise. We can do what we want with it now.
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, that's a fucking Cosby bit. How dare you?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't have to ask for permission. He didn't, you know?
Yeah.
We don't need to.
I don't even know if I can think of a single Cosby bit. I mean, it's just not like his comedy isn't like accessible in that way.
No, I've honestly only listened to half an hour probably. That's just way too early in comedy history for me.
Speaking of merch, I was in Nashville a couple months ago, and there was these comics, and they were like, "Yeah, there's a guy who," they were talking about like different comics merch, and they were like, "There's a guy who has a joke where he goes like, yes, white people think when I talk, white people think I'm a gangster, and black people think I'm retarded." And then so apparently he sells T-shirts that say, "White people think I'm a gangster, and black people think I'm retarded." And the guy was like, "Those shirts, do they sell?" And he was like, "No, not really."
He just talked with his friends one time. And they're like, "Yeah, do that, man." And he spent like $1,000 to buy 100 of those.
To buy 100 shirts, and then imagine like buying that shirt and having to explain to people like what it is.
You're just like, wearing it at the mall, trying to go to Lids and get a fucking hat
to match.
Everyone's like, what's that shirt about, man?
You're like, all right, well, so I went to the Funny Bone a few years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's good merch.
I saw this young man. Yeah. It was not Tommy Davidson, but the guy who opened for him. What had a shirt and it said.
That's who it is. He's like
No,
so
it's like the feature. His like feature act.
Oh my God, that's still he's like vaguely successful. Then that's insane.
Yeah.
I have merch that I tried to sell this. I forgot I made these t-shirts like 5 years ago, and I had like 20 left.
Yeah.
And it's like a tank top that says "My neck, my back, stop the war in Iraq."
Okay. Okay.
And I was selling these. They were selling pretty well. But then this one lady came up and she's like, "I'm a combat veteran, and this is incredibly disrespectful.
Why?
You're a fucking piece of shit."
Why? I
don't see how that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I want the war to end.
Yeah.
I'm not like my neck, my back, keep the war going in Iraq or something like that.
Right.
I don't know.
And then isn't that aren't you like an advocate because you don't want them to?
Yeah, I don't want you to have PTSD. I want you to not have night demons. Like I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
I think I was confused by that.
Yeah.
Did you ever have crazy merch?
No, but I feel like I need to, and I guess I want some because I'm watching people I'm watching friends of mine who are like doing shows and they have merch and they sell a lot of merch, and I just don't know what I would sell. Because I don't know what it would be. Is my
well, you have
thing.
The sauce. Would it be too hard? Would that
I
be
have
too
the
hard?
sauce, but I have been told that first of all, with the sauce, you can't really fly with it because it's like breakable.
Right.
So you can't carry liquid on a plane, and then temperature is kind of an issue. Like I don't want to store it at like free. You know, I don't want it to freeze or get really hot.
Right. And if someone gets sick, they'll fucking sue you.
They'll sue the club.
Oh, right.
And then like in Virginia, like a manager one time was like, you can't sell food here. I'm like, it's sealed. So I like went on the corner and I sold jars of sauce.
You had to go outside.
I had to go outside. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't want it. That's not the life you want.
Yeah.
You could just have a shirt that says, "Come on, I have a baby. Please buy this shirt."
Right.
My baby needs to eat.
Yeah. But John Marco Cerezi, he sells cum towels. That's his merch.
It's just called a cum towel?
They're like towels that there's a joke on it. Because he has a joke about how like he has a joke about coming on towels. I don't want to do the joke because I don't want to make people turn the show off.
That's an incredibly good idea.
Yeah.
I bet people buy them. I bet people
buy them. People do buy them.
Yeah,
they say moist or crunchy on them.
Oh, that's exactly what people want.
Yeah.
People want, if you have a good set, people want to just throw money at you.
Yeah.
The merch doesn't even need to be that good.
Yeah.
They just want to give you money.
Uh-huh.
Because they're like, that's like them giving to it. They don't give to charity, so they're like, we give $20 to a comedian this year. We're good.
Mm-hmm. I guess my thing with merch was always like they're already spending so much money in the comedy club. They're doing the cover and they're buying $11 beers. So I feel like, but I always think that everybody's broke. I think that's my problem.
Yeah, I think that people have so much more money than we do that it's like the people who are broke aren't going to a comedy show, probably. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
At least not like a 2-drink minimum $25 ticket
show. No. I just assume everyone's broke like me.
Yeah, no, they want to give you money. It makes them feel good.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even wear the merch. They probably throw it away when they get home.
Yeah, right. So maybe I could sell, I don't know, can I sell like an apron or something or like a fucking...
Yeah, an apron or like you can get like condoms and stuff.
Yeah.
You can make anything customizable anymore.
Yeah.
An apron would be good. That would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Yeah, but then it's like you gotta transport them and then you gotta like ship them if people want them from your website, and it's like who has that kind of time to send out T-shirts?
That is annoying. I don't do it online. That's too much work for me. But after a show,
just a little something to sell to people.
Yeah. I don't have like a merch web. Some people do that, but that's too much.
That's too much. Okay.
I don't believe enough in myself to do that.
Yeah, because John Marco was like, I make an extra like $300 a weekend selling these cum towels.
I always made $100 a show this weekend selling those shirts.
Is that worth your dignity though?
you do feel terrible.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah.
I probably have to pay for $500 of therapy each month to feel good about that also.
Yeah.
But I do like money.
Yeah. It's nice.
Big fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of money. So
Yeah.
sometimes you got to sell out a little bit.
Right. Especially not having it for a while. It's nice when you get some.
Exactly.
Every once in a while you get some. And then we're not used to getting money, so every once in a while you get a little money. But then there's people who just they have jobs and they have money. And they're sick of having money.
Yeah, they know, oh, I'm gonna make this much money every month. Like for us, like I know how much money I'm making for the next 6 weeks. After that, it literally nothing.
Right.
So
Same.
We're just on the hair of our seat constantly.
Constantly. Yeah.
It isn't that the scariest thing? You look at your calendar, you're like, man, April might be the end.
Yeah, I guess, but I guess I can also like put IKEA furniture together for people or something, or like do different jobs.
Right.
If
I
have to.
odd jobs right now, or are you
sometimes? Yeah, but I'm trying to like I guess transition out of it because I'm doing enough comedy stuff. But when someone's like, "Hey, can you come over and put a desk together for me?" I don't want to say no because it's like, it's like $100 in my pocket.
Oh, right.
I can use that to buy food.
Yeah, that's not bad. Are you touring a lot then? That's what you're doing?
Yeah, I guess here and there. Doing all right.
Nice.
Throwing stuff together.
There we go.
Yeah.
Comedy is
complain.
fun.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
I don't get when people complain about doing comedy. It's like, this is the fucking greatest thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
It's
you like it a lot.
I love it. I mean, obviously there are bad parts of it, but like
what about when it's not going great? What about when the show's not going great? Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
But I'd rather bomb on a show than sell insurance.
Yeah. Right.
Any day.
Right.
Any day.
Right.
I'd rather die in a gutter at the Pocatello Chuckle Hut than do what some of my friends I grew up with do.
That is the funny part about comedy. Sometimes you get to a hotel room and you go like, "Oh, comics have probably died. Like this could be the place where I die. This could be the Red Roof Inn where I pass away."
Yeah. Ron, Ronan Hirschberg.
Yeah.
He did a show in Virginia.
Yeah, you talk about him a lot.
Yeah, I love Ronan. One of the best Jews in the world.
Yeah.
He makes me glad we beat Hitler.
Nice.
And Ronan, he did a club in Virginia. I think it's called Kazi's in Virginia. And he was there, and they're like, yeah, the headliner died in his room last week or something. Like the room you're staying at, this 60-year-old headliner passed away. But he finished the late show and died like an hour later. They're just like, that's what happens.
In the hotel room?
In the hotel that he stayed in, yeah.
Okay.
It might have been the same room.
Might have been the same room.
He was unclear about that, but possibly.
Jesus.
It's like brutal. Do
you think that guy was happy?
Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Bob Saget just died touring.
Yeah.
Did a sold-out show at somewhere in Florida.
Yeah. Do you think that guy was that other headliner? Do you think he was like happy?
He must have just been like, that's the best set I'll ever have.
Yeah.
Let's go out on top. I made these fucking pigs oink for an hour. Let's go.
Right.
Or he didn't sell enough merch and he put the gun in his mouth.
Right.
We don't know.
It was like the last scene of The Wrestler where it's just like, have you ever seen a one-trick pony? He's doing Monica Lewinsky and Lorena Bobbitt jokes.
Yeah, they don't even, the audience finally didn't know who Lorena Bobbitt was, and he's like, my time is over.
Yeah, that's when he passed away.
All the people who got my topical jokes are dead. I can't keep going.
He was just calling her Monica Lewinsky. Or I don't know.
It is funny to do shows with guys who still have topical jokes like that.
Yeah.
They'll try to weave it into like, they try to be like, did you hear Monica Lewinsky's in the news again? But they're just doing the same jokes they've been doing for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing in the world.
It is funny because, I guess I do that. I guess I have like 3-year-old news stories that I talk about.
Oh, I mean,
well,
there's between a 5-year-old news story and like a 25-year-old. Like, I think you get 4 or 5 years. We can still talk about Trump and stuff. Like, that's fine. Storming the Capitol will never get old.
It's just a funny collection of words.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's the funniest thing that's ever happened. I really love it.
It's
They're
just
so funny.
people's families were there. People like saw.
People met. They probably met their boyfriend or girlfriend there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we met at the Capitol.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Imagine doing that with a bunch of Bernie supporters. I mean, that'd be the best day of your life.
It would be awesome. I would do it.
Just-
If
yeah.
the liberals stormed the Capitol, I'd be there tomorrow. I'd be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My dad is so. We were listening to Fox News on the anniversary, and they're like, "Oh, remember 5 people died storming the Capitol?" And my dad's like, "No, 5 people didn't die. 4 of them died of medical reasons." And I'm like, "Well, that's why people die, you know."
Right.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Is it true that guy? Because it's funny because there was the cop, there was Brian Sicknick who died, the cop. There was Ashley Babbitt who died, who got shot. Which like that is also very funny. It's her getting shot is very funny.
It is funny because she was like trying to break into like a snack room or something. Probably. She's like, I wanted to go into the janitor's closet. They had no direction.
And now they're just like, the cops just murdered someone.
Yeah, without provocation. It's like, it's insane. Only 5 people died.
Yeah.
If that happened in Russia, there'd be 4,500 people dead.
Just like lining up.
They would kill everyone's family who was there. Everyone they followed on Twitter would be dead. They would have wiped out an entire generation.
Just the lawn like just littered with bodies as people are like running away. You just see like flag bandanas everywhere, and like and like wraparound sunglasses.
That's how much freedom we have. People just storm the nation's capital, and like 4 of them got misdemeanors. They're just like, whatever.
I guess it was funny because they really didn't know what to do once they got in there.
Because they had no mission. They wanted to kill Nancy Pelosi and Mike Pence, which would have been that I would have watched. I would have watched that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the greatest crime, is that Trump didn't join them. Don't you think?
Yeah, they probably would have killed. Yeah, they would have killed Pelosi and Pence and AOC. I don't know if they would have killed Bernie.
No, because they like Bernie. A lot of them like Bernie.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of like Trump people who like Bernie, which makes no sense. But there is an overlap there. Yeah, they keep Bernie. They'd get AOC would be. She would be.
You think they would have killed her?
Yeah, they hate. Boy, my dad hates her so much. They all hate her.
Yeah.
They can't stand that she's hot and not white.
Right. What's happening?
Strikes. If she was ugly, they'd be okay with it, but they're like, God, I want to fuck her a little bit.
Right.
They're mad at themselves.
Right. And then I guess they were gonna hang Mike Pence. They probably would have shot Pelosi, which would have been Which like I don't know, that would have been funny because it's like she has so much money. She's so rich. She's such a corrupt. She's such a scumbag.
She's the worst. She's the worst. McConnell too. They would have got.
They would have got McConnell.
He would have been blubbering with his little gizzards shaking.
He would have been begging for his life. Yeah.
He would have been begging. He'd be like, "I'll do it." He would sell out.
He'd suck their dicks. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd suck. I'll suck all your dicks.
He's just blowing the guy with the horns.
Yeah.
When the
SWAT shaman. He's like, "Well, I got what I wanted. I'm going home."
Yeah. I'm out of here. But so there was the cop, there was Ashley Babbitt, there was the guy who tased himself in the nuts and had a heart attack. That was like allegedly.
That's what my dad was like. That was medical reasons. It's like, no, he wouldn't have tased himself in the balls at home, probably. I think it was probably a contextual situation. Right.
Which you don't hear much about that. You would think that MSNBC, if they had any they would kind of run with that one a little bit, you know. They would use
We're
that.
too nice. We're like, well, we gotta respect them. We need a Trump guy who would just be like, you know how Trump mocked the disabled reporter?
Yeah.
We need a politician who's like tasing themselves in the balls, like mocking him.
Do you consider yourself a liberal though?
I consider I think I'm like Bernie liberal. Though.
Yeah.
That's real liberal to me. The rest of it's kind of like bullshit.
But anyway, what I want to ask was there was the guy, that the medical reason, and then there was like another fatter guy. The guy that tastes himself in the nuts. There was another fat guy that kind of looked like him, but he was like a fatter version of that guy. If you remember.
And did he just die from what?
I don't know. Nothing. It's not. It hasn't really been explained. Yeah, what happened? What happened to him?
They're not even in shape enough to revolt. They're just like they've got the guns, but they're immobile.
Yeah,
they can't run with their guns.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
And then there was a comic. Comedian Chrissy Mayer was there.
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, it's funny for anybody to be there, but it's very funny.
Is she the only comic that we know of, like, that's any successful at all?
That was there.
Yeah.
I think so. There were probably.
There were more.
There were probably more that we don't know, that we don't care about.
I find out all the time that, like, comics I wouldn't think are hardcore conservative are. There's like this idea that all comedians are liberal. That's definitely not true.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, there's a guy who he was on America's Got Talent. He's just like a weird looking guy who wears like weird clothes and does one-liners.
Oh,
and he's
really?
like a huge Trump guy. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Do you remember his name?
Yeah, his name's I mean, I guess I can say his name because I didn't say anything that's not true or anything, but his name's Kevin Downey Jr.
Oh,
but that's an interesting one because you wouldn't think that he is a big Trump guy because he's like the way he dresses and stuff. He's like a quirk. He's like
he just tells like weird one-liners and
he does like weird one-liners. Yeah.
Like, you know what I've noticed is the people who never mention politics are almost always conservative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you go on stage and don't say anything remotely political, it's almost always because you're conservative.
Yeah.
Liberal people will throw out one or two, like,
right,
just so you know where we're at.
Right.
Or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the people who just go up there and talk about toast always have something terrible opinion about Puerto Ricans. They're hiding.
Yeah, they're hiding something.
There's a reason they're not talking about race. It's because they have a very bad opinion on it.
Well, there was a comic. His name was Vince Champ or something, and he was like,
that's the clean guy.
He was like a clean college act, and he was like a serial rapist.
He would go from college to college
in a ski mask. And
Jesus, what would he break into the dorms or meet them after the show?
I don't know. I don't know if it was at the same schools that he played. I feel like I doubt it.
I guess probably not. That would be too easy to be caught, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't trust clean comedians.
I wonder what the act was like, though.
I mean, it's probably one of those squeaky clean. Just
he must have been squeaky clean.
Isn't life wonderful?
Vince Horace Champ is a former American comedian and convicted rapist. He was the winner of Star Search in 1992.
No way. Isn't that the Arsenio Hall show that he posted?
I think so, yeah. It just goes. Imagine this was your Wikipedia page. 1, biography. 1.1, rapes and attempted rapes linked to Geoffrey Asmus.
Oh my God! Is he still in jail?
He won $100,000.
Back on the circuit.
He's Champ followed a consistent pattern in his assaults. He sought out victims inside college buildings. Each time he covered the woman's head so they could not identify him. He talked to them during the assault. He asked each of the women to pray for him afterwards. Jesus.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's brutal.
Okay, so at the time of his arrest, one of Champ's booking agents commented that Champ's schedule resembled a roadmap of where these rapes occurred.
Wow. And they never put it together. They're never like, damn, Vince always seems to be he always seems to be at New Hampshire State University whenever this stuff occurs.
I guess it was at the schools he was playing.
It was. That seems so obvious.
Vince, just be careful because it seems like every school you go to, there's a guy who matches your description who's raping women.
Oh my God. Yeah, watch yourself, man.
He's
in jail, right? I hope so.
He must be. And then I don't know.
But maybe he could have a comeback now.
That's
cancel culture. Another victim of cancel
it is
culture.
it's cancel culture.
Guy. I love when people confuse cancel culture and crime.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Of course.
Someone was like, R. Kelly cancel culture. It's like, nah, he committed a crime.
But I really want to know what the act was like.
Oh yeah, there.
I doubt.
Vince
I mean, this guy must have
Search.
been like just scrubbed from the internet.
But did you look Vince Champ Star Search? Let me check. I cannot. I really hope he's on there.
There's no way he's on there.
I saw it. Oh, here he is, right here.
Really?
Yep. You want me to play it?
Oh God, really?
I found a VH1 stand-up.
Yeah, you want to watch this guy stand up?
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at too. Let me play it.
4-minute clip.
Let me play it on my computer, and I hopefully you can hear it.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Jesus Christ.
You guys are great. You're hot. And
Rosie O'Donnell
coming up to the stage right
now.
A friend of mine. We work all over the country together, and he's here to make you laugh, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Vince Champ.
Here, let me lower it.
Rosie O'Donnell, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
#1 comment is, this guy was a huge influence on me as a person.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh, it says no. I guess it's.
Start things off by saying I right away kind of consider myself quite different from most black comedians because I have a black girlfriend. So
no, it is. This is a hit thing for him. Absolutely.
Okay, this is the kind of guy, though. I mean, like, you've been in comedy for a while. Like, this is the kind of black guy who rapes people, because it's like huh?
I would not. I was imagining a white guy. I'll be honest. I thought it was gonna be a white guy. I'll be completely honest.
But sometimes, like, doing comedy, you'll cross paths with somebody who's like, you know,
so clean cut.
No, but like the opposite of that, like they're from like the worst part of the city, and they might be a little like rough around the edges. But then sometimes it's like the really friendly. And I don't want to. I shouldn't make it about race, but just the people who are like really friendly like this and kind of overly like,
oh, absolutely.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, people who are really nice, I don't trust them. I'd rather have someone scream at me that they think I'm a fucking piece of shit than just smile at me all the time.
And then it's always like when people are going out of their way to be really friendly and kind of like and chipper, or if they do like a cute thing where they're like, you know.
Oh, it's someone who's always happy. It's like no one's always happy.
No.
Cut this out.
You got it. That's always
sometime.
Yeah.
You can't be happy every day of your life. That's just not real.
That's a red flag.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to play it?
Yeah. Can you hear it?
I really do consider myself quite.
Can you hear it, Jeff?
No, I can't hear it.
Can you hear it now?
Comic, travel a great deal. Don't drink or smoke. Can you believe that?
Oh, your headphones.
Do a little heroin on occasion.
All right.
But it's a wacky world we live in. A new age.
I do really want to hear it.
Everyone's dating. We're married right here, right?
Clip.
He comes out. He goes. Well, I'm a black comic. I'm not like most black comics because I have a black girlfriend.
That's the opener.
Yeah.
That probably did well.
But he's very like, yeah. I wish you could see it because he's very like kind of chipper.
Is that right? We're a married couple. Dating's getting expensive. I can see why people go ahead and get married. Jeez.
He does look very smiley.
He's very smiley.
Is he killing?
He's doing okay. Well, it's like a TV set, so it's the audience is kind of primed.
$50 for drinks and dancing. $10 for the motel.
I want to watch it later.
Yeah. I wonder if
that
people.
Include the $100 you got to pay her. I mean, you know, you can get up. Oh, yeah, sure.
I love that all the
new era we're living.
All the comments reminds me of a young Bill Cosby. He should have a promising future.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the only thing I know about this guy is that he's like he's like a bald black guy. So
he's like a decent looking guy.
But all I know about him is like the headshot of him being bald. That's all I've ever seen of him. So like I didn't know what his personality was like or whatever.
Oh, I've never seen a headshot even. That's so
funny. I've really only seen like not even a headshot, just like a photo of him.
Do you know that there were people in the 90s who were like, but he was so funny. We lost a legend. Vince.
Yeah.
We really.
He was nice to me.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly. He was nice to me. Another comment, I love a good, clean comic. No dirty talk. You got to respect that. Oh,
guess it's all like trolls and stuff, or that's all like because people are mentioning Norm in the comments.
I think some of them are real, but yeah, I don't know. That's so funny. Yeah. I want to look up if he's in jail or not. Still, I have to know.
He's got to be.
He saw it. Oh man, he raped a lot of women.
Yeah.
Doesn't say he. Oh, he is currently serving a 30 to 40 year sentence at Nebraska. His release date is 2033.
Okay.
Oh, but after that, he has to serve 2 life sentences in Iowa. So he's done. That sucks. You got to do all your life in Nebraska and then just to move to Iowa in your final years. Oh my God.
I wonder how they convicted him. Now there's another photo that doesn't look like it's Jesus.
He raped a lot of women. Holy shit.
I hope people enjoy listening to it. We're just Googling this.
Yeah. Oh, people love it. People love this.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'm saying it's weird to see him on video now because there's not there's not much of him on the internet, and then it's like to know what kind of guy he was. Because he just the only thing I've know about him before this is it's just like a picture of a black guy. So his personality could be anything. His acts could be like anything. It could be like hey, hey guys.
What if he was just like a fucking crusher too? Like
I'm sure
when he did clubs, he just like I bet he was good. That's the thing. I bet he was pretty good.
I bet he could work a room.
I bet he wasn't great, but he was pretty good.
Yeah.
Which is I love that.
He was probably a good college act because it was just like he's like, when you're taking your wife out for dinner and you can't hear it, but this is one of the.
And scientists are predicting that in the 1990s, all of our home appliances are going to be talking back to us. Home appliances talking back to us.
He goes.
Kind of scary? Picture your vacuum cleaner getting real mad at you one day. You want me to suck what?
He's a little dirty. He goes, someday our appliances are going to be talking back to us. You imagine that? Your appliance is talking back to you? Imagine your vacuum cleaner going, you want me to suck what? I don't know.
That's the bit?
Yeah.
That's so funny. It's so funny.
Let me see.
Comedy just does not age well. That was like edgy in 1992. They're like, holy shit.
You know that means they might have to change the NAACP to the NAAA. Which to me kind of sounds like, nah.
We can do Vince Champ's act.
He goes, we should steal his bits.
If they're in jail, you can take them back. That's the rule. Sorry,
he's just watching The Tonight Show and you're doing all his bits.
Yeah, it's like, that was Champ. That was Champ.
You're like, the thing with black people today. He's like, that's my bit. He escapes from prison like Sideshow Bob.
I have a black girlfriend. I'll just go up and say that.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Poor guy. Has there been anything recently?
He goes,
any comedians recently? Never mind. What were you gonna say?
No, I don't know. Yeah, there have.
I'm trying to think of a comic like this who's been canceled and this grievously. Like this is a pretty.
But this is like, I don't know. I guess I don't even know if you could call this canceling.
Yeah, I know it's not a canceling. Yeah, you shouldn't say that word. This is a conviction. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little different. A little different.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm so mad I can't hear the jokes. I'm trying to imagine it though.
I'll send it. Yeah.
Send it to
I'll
me.
send it to you. Well, you have the video.
I have the vid. I just don't want to. I don't want to play it over the audio.
Do you want to play it and just see if it plays?
Yeah.
Go to 2.5 minutes in.
2.5 minutes. The VH1 stand-up spotlight.
Yeah.
The driver just passed the club here the other day, doing about 70, swerving.
Okay, I can hear it.
Cop had the nerve to pull me over and hollered at me immediately. You realize you were going well past 40? I said, I didn't know, man. Give me a break. I've been drinking.
Did you turn it off?
You coming from what?
That's a pretty lame joke, but we'll allow it.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
That one. That's barely a joke, but
yeah.
It's so funny that was like edgy in 1990 or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for Vince. Good for Vince Champ. Also, he's like wearing an all black suit against this black background. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre backdrop for a stand-up show.
Yeah, comedy might be one of the most poorly aging things that's out there.
Yeah, there is not much comedy from 1990 that's funny still.
Yeah.
You watch like the old Dice Clay specials and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
His closer is just like saying slurs on one of his specials.
Right.
It's just him, and then he's like impersonating like the Indian or Muslim guy at the bodega. He's just like burka, 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 and that's like his closer.
They're like, oh my god,
they're losing their fucking minds. He's getting like applause for saying racial slurs.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild.
Yeah, one guy that I never understood because everybody would talk about him was Sam Kinison. You would hear boomers be like, oh, he was one of the best comedians, and then you watch.
You watch it. He's literally screaming. He's just screaming.
Yeah,
and he's like saying like, "I'm gonna beat you, bitch!" and like,
right.
like what?
Right.
How is that funny?
Right. Yeah.
And your dad's like, "I love Sam."
Oh my god. Yeah. Like, yeah. He's a legend.
Like, yeah, he said what we couldn't say.
He said rap sucked.
Yeah. Oh god, they are. It does not age. But then you're like, we're all like, well, my comedy will age well.
Right.
So my comedy will be funny forever. But
right.
I don't even think things I did 2 years ago are funny.
No, I don't either. It's
kind of depressing when you really get to talking about it.
It is, yeah.
It was like I think like Rodney Dangerfield ages pretty well. And like stuff like that, like that's just like a joke. They're just words. There's no context that works.
There's certain movies that are still funny. Like but actually, but if you watch like an old Pryor special or like an old Chris Rock special is still going to be funny.
Those I think are pretty funny. Like, but like the average comedy from a certain era is just like brutal to watch.
Yeah.
Like the old observational comedy that's not Jerry Seinfeld is just so bad.
Yeah, like what?
What was that?
Just doing bits about like cereal and stuff and like.
Yeah, they're just like so boring. Like I saw like a Drew Carey stand-up thing that was just like so bad.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I was watching it. I do like to watch people's first late night sets a lot. I think that's interesting.
Yeah,
that is very, like Dave Chappelle's is not really very good. Yeah. But you're like, it was good at the time, so what does it matter?
There's also there's sort of like a hack style of comedy from like the early 2000s where it was like awkward comics were kind of a trend where you would get up on stage and you would be awkward. You would.
Yeah. Mitch Hedberg. Everyone tried to be Mitch Hedberg for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have the jokes to back it up, and
right.
Alt comedy is so bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like those old alt, like where everyone would go on stages like, this is my impression of Brad Pitt eating a lobster, and then they make a stupid noise. Like, shut the fuck up.
Those people should be killed.
They should be killed. That's the worst comedy. I hate it.
Yeah.
This is Billy Crystal riding a horse. Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
People do that not as much anymore, but everyone.
They're like ironic stuff.
It's like funny because it's bad or something.
Yeah.
Or like the like impression itself, it's like a 5-sentence thing. Like, this is Billy Crystal on a Saturday afternoon eating a hoagie, and he's kind of sad, but he's not really that sad. And his wife was mad at him today. And then the impression itself is like a 1/4 second long.
Yeah,
people used to love that shit.
There was a guy Lance Weiss who had a bit.
I remember him.
Yeah. So, but it was kind of a funny bit. He'd be like. He go, this is my impression of Bob Vila. And then he would go, hey, girl, pull them panties down so I could smack that ass. And he's like, you think Bob Vila just fixes houses? You don't think he ever smacks asses?
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. That's like a funny version of that style of comedy.
Right. There's always good versions of every type of comedy, but generally it's insufferable.
Yeah. It's pretty insufferable.
just no punchlines. Unlike us, punchlines every 5 seconds.
We're great. We're fucking.
No, yeah, everyone knows that about us.
Just people haven't noticed yet. Yeah.
People, yeah, they will one day.
Yeah.
TikTok will notice.
But that podcast with Alex is really funny. I like your guys' dynamic a lot. I don't know, like what made you want to do a show with him? Alex.
Oh, with Alex.
Or do you want to talk about your show? Yeah, you want to talk about your show?
Yeah, no, I love to. Yeah. The podcast. You're an idiot. Yeah, Alex, he's like an old friend of mine or a comedy friend. Yeah, we just gel well together because he's like a complete moron. He doesn't know anything about the world, and then I don't know anything about other people. Like he was like cool. It's like the jock and the nerd have a podcast. Right. If you really break it down.
Right.
Because he's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm shocked by the things he doesn't know.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he like played Division I basketball. Like he never had to learn.
Okay.
Like he was like on the cusp of making the NBA. He wasn't quite good enough. Okay. He was like pretty good. He played at Notre Dame starting lineup, which is like not bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Not bad. But then now he's a road feature. So that's how it all falls.
That is really cool when guys are successful in their past and they try comedy. Now you get to bully them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one of my favorite things.
He'd been told he was the fucking king his whole life, and now he gets bumped at an open mic by me.
Yeah.
You know.
There was this guy. There was this guy that bought the Comedy Club comics when it went like before it closed, and I met him at a show one night, and he brought me to the bar. He's like, "Man, that was great." He's like, "Great set." You know, like, my name's George. I'm the new owner. And then he was talking to Sam Morrell. We did like a co-headlining show, and he was like, "Yep." He's like, "I bought this club. I've never failed at anything in my life." He's like, "I'm gonna make this work." And it's like, and then you get to be like, but then you get to the guy who never failed. You get to be like, "You fucking loser! What are you doing to this club?
Did
you
it
stupid
fail?
piece of shit."
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. It closed.
What was he doing before that? That he was like so confident.
He must have been. He was like a Greek like businessman or something. He was like a nice guy, and I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm gonna be friends with this guy. I'm gonna, this is the start of something big."
It seems that like running a comedy club is like almost impossible. Like no comedy clubs last. They almost never do.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about comedy, but people cannot make a consistent living doing it at any level.
At any level, yeah.
There's like 12 comedians who are like, no, they're gonna eat for the next year, and the rest of us are just like on death's door every other day. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I guess music's probably like that too.
I'm sure every artistic thing is like that. It's kind of cool though.
Yeah, it is cool as long as you stay above water. It's cool.
If you stay above water, because if it's going well, if you're making $600 a week as a comedian, you're in the top 1% of your field.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say me and you have to be in the top 5 or 1% of our field.
We are probably in the top 2 or 3% of comedy.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I tell my friends how much I make at a show, and I always think they're going to be impressed. Yeah. But they're always like, no, $200 is nothing to us.
Nothing.
We don't mean. I was
they
like
spend
bragging
that on
like,
lunch.
Okay. Yeah, they go to a restaurant, spend $200.
Yeah. I'm
bragging about getting chicken wings and a Bud Light and $75. They don't get it.
Yeah.
They just,
and I guess at a point it stops being cool, right? Like you get to a certain age, it's just not cool anymore.
That will happen. I bet. I'm at 40. I bet. Yeah. I think it's more like not your age; it's how much time you've been doing comedy.
Yeah. How many? Yeah, right. Because how many years in are you? I'm gonna guess like 12.
I think 9.
Oh, that's it.
9. Yeah. Yeah. It's 9 in like 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In like 6 months. Yeah.
I thought you were in for a longer time.
I got lucky. I got to start at a really good comedy club. So I think it really jump started any people who worked there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Starting in like a college town, ripped. It was the best.
Nice. Yeah. Well, Madison is a good.
Yeah, you've been there, right?
Yeah.
You've been there. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. Wisconsin's a good state.
Wisconsin is a good state. The Midwest is great. The Midwest is. I know the
feel like
East Coast people look down on us, but
Sure. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. We shouldn't.
I feel like they look
We
down
looked
everything
at-
but Chicago.
We look down
They
at
love
like
Chicago.
Ohio. We look down at like Ohio, Pennsylvania,
Right,
Ohio,
Indiana.
Indiana.
That's-
But Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan are cool to me. Illinois
Really?
isn't much without Chicago. I feel like, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, Illinois is nothing besides Chicago, but yeah. Oh, so you guys respect those 3 states?
I do. I don't know about other people,
Yeah.
but I feel like because if somebody says they're from Minnesota, you know, you think, oh, it must be really cold.
Right. That's
Minnesota
all
feels like the coldest state, and then Wisconsin is just kind of cool because you get Green Bay and Milwaukee and
right.
Madison.
Right.
And then-
Everyone's an alcoholic. Literally every person is an alcoholic.
yeah.
In the Midwest.
I feel like
everyone-
Michigan. People think Michigan is the cool state, but it's kind of falling apart.
Michigan is cool, but there's like weird wood people. There's
Yeah.
a lot of wood militias,
Right.
just in the
Right.
forest. They have
Right.
a lot of militias there.
Right.
Where you're like, didn't they try to kidnap the fucking governor or
Yeah, I
something?
guess, yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
Do you started comedy in New York, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Do you do New York comics? Do you guys go to like small towns and do like rural shows?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometime. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, you go to like Westchester, Connecticut, or Jersey, or whatever, or
Okay, so
Maryland.
because that's like a big part of Midwest comedy. You got to do like these
Okay.
VFW gigs and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I think is good. I love those shows.
Yeah.
You forget those people exist sometimes.
Yeah, my first 3 years in New York, I don't think I performed for like audiences. I think it was just mostly open mics for comics. I like
Right.
like the chance to get up in front of people still kind of means a lot to me. I mean, I'm sure it means at any
For sure.
stage, but like I remember those years where like all I could do was open mics, and maybe if I was lucky, there was an open mic where like people from the bar would watch.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh, I think I've decided that I'm never doing an open mic again. That's like
Yeah.
a thing. Like an open mic without a crowd
That's
of real
nice.
people, I will never do again.
Yeah,
It's just not worth my time.
you do
It's
have to
just-
make those decisions at some point.
You have to at some point be like, I kind of respect myself.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
need to make these probable rapists laugh
For
anymore.
sure, for sure.
Because there is a rapist at every open mic. And you're like, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe I don't care if he's laughing.
Yeah,
Or she. Women can rape too. For
women can
sure.
rape too.
Women, that's the next progressive movement.
Yeah,
Take
absolutely.
back the night. Take back the night.
Well, listen, why don't you plug the podcast and get, it was funny when you're making fun of Alex. You were like, well, my girlfriend said this, and then I said this.
Oh yeah.
is that
Have you
what
ever seen Alex's comedy?
I've never seen Alex's comedy.
Oh, okay. But that's what his comedy. He actually
Really?
is funny, but it's
Yeah.
all like that. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
like she said this and then I said this.
Uh-huh.
And it's very easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
I do love
Nice.
him, but
Nice.
there's nothing funny about love. That's not
Sure. Yeah.
you
of
can't
course.
do a podcast where you're like, dude, you fucking
You-
rip
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
No one's gonna do that.
All right.
Plug the pod. The pod is called You're an Idiot. New episodes every Monday. It's pretty good. I think you should listen to it.
Nice. Well, cool. Thanks for being here. We're at about an hour, and I think I got the baby.
You got the kid. You
I
got
got
the
the baby
kid.
in the other room, so or we would
Gotta be with the baby.
or we
I
would
get it.
chat a little more. But he's but the baby's doing very good. He's very happy, healthy. I'm trying to figure out if he's gay, just because it'd be nice to know. It would be nice to like.
That sucks. You have to wait till he's like 16.
wait. Well, some parents
it could
know
be
right away.
earlier.
Maybe like 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you think you can tell if the baby's gay when they're 5? A kid?
I think you can tell certain interests that they have and shit like that. I just kind of want to know because
Probably.
like I just kind of want to know because I don't want to waste time like buying sports equipment and stuff like that.
Right? Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
You try to get him to play t-ball, and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"Nah, I don't
Yeah.
want."
And he's
But
just
isn't there, like-
sucking. He's just sucking the bat.
I thought like
It's a cheap
they're
joke,
like
but-
they said that I got it. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What if didn't they say that being gay is like in your genetics though? Why can't they just tell you?
You'd
when
think
the
they
baby's
could test
born,
for
right?
it. You think they could test for it.
Yeah, you'd think they could just like tell me, "Oh, baby's gonna be gay. He's gonna."
But
think
then
he's
Jamaicans
bi."
would kill their kids. You know, that's the
I mean,
problem. There probably is a
sad thing-
test, and there wouldn't be any.
Yeah, they can't tell parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kansas would have their birth rate would plummet
Right.
if they started doing that.
Right. There wouldn't be any gay people in Texas.
There wouldn't be many gay people left, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But then you'd have people in Brooklyn killing their kid because they're straight. Yeah. They're like, we're not having a fucking straight in our household.
Right.
No way.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. He just seems a little too charismatic for a straight guy. You know,
He's not boring. He's not boring.
He's like big smile. He's very like, you know, he's got very.
Oh God.
He's got eyes like Sinatra. You know.
He's got theater kid energy already.
A little. I don't want to call it that because that's like a negative thing, but he does a little bit. Like he's very like
he wants the stage.
He's like he's very like look at me, you know. And he's very charismatic and engaging. That's what I want to say. So I just want to make sure that I don't want to waste my time, you know, like buying him a fucking PlayStation, and then he puts it in his ass somehow, you know.
They need to do a test. They need to have maybe not a scientific test, but like you know when you take those like personality tests, they need a sexuality test too.
Right. But then you also wonder like, okay, can someone's sexuality come from? Like, is it like could it be a nurture thing, and could it be because he is still?
I think they've mostly determined that it's DNA. I think it's mostly what they've determined.
Mostly you're born that way.
Mostly your genetics, yeah.
But I do kind of feel like there's. What's that?
Being bi is probably just means you're a coward, but the other stuff, genetic.
Yeah, right.
You just can't commit.
Right. But I don't know. You wonder if it's like something in the development because he does sleep in the bed with us. And he's 8 months, and I don't know if that's too late, but it's very hard because my wife is just like obsessed with him. She won't put him in the crib, you know.
Oh,
but it's kind of late to be sleeping with isn't it?
I don't know. Yeah, do parents sleep with the babies a lot? I don't know. I don't interact with babies.
People do it. Yeah, it's like normal. Bed sharing is normal, but the problem is that like we've been doing it for so long, and he's so used to it.
Is there an age where people usually stop?
I don't know, but I feel like we've been doing it for so long. It's going to be such a big deal when he starts sleeping in the crib. It's going to be like hard. It's not hard for me, but it's going to be hard for my wife because she's so used to. She's so used to him between us not having sex with me that, you know, she's gonna be
like, now I won't have an excuse not to have
right. She's gonna have to start fucking me again.
The kid's gonna be 9 years old sleeping with you guys.
That's what I'm worried about because it's like, even if the kid is 7 years old and it's like, okay, buddy, time to go in your own bed, it's still gonna be a big deal. You know what I mean? Like at any age,
he's gonna throw a fit. Yeah.
Right. It's going to be a big deal for her when the kid's not in the bed. So I just think at some point we're going to have to like rip the Band-Aid off, you know?
Yeah. Can't you just put him in a crib next to the bed? Isn't that what you do?
The crib is in our bedroom. It's in our.
Oh, there is a crib.
It's not even a separate room. We have a crib, and he doesn't use it. He won't go to sleep. He'll like stand up and cry if he's not in the bed with mommy and daddy.
Separation anxiety.
Yeah. And so it's like we're so far in because my wife kind of takes the reins on everything. So we're just so far into this doing it this way that I don't know. It's going to be a big deal.
Be till he's 18.
It might just be till he's 18.
He might be masturbating in bed next.
What I'm gonna have
Sorry,
to,
Dad.
What I'm.
Sorry, Dad. Saw a hot girl in chem today.
What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to his middle school and start a rumor that he sleeps in the bed with his parents.
Yeah, exactly. Get him out. No, start the rumor at his kindergarten.
Yeah.
I heard you sleep with your mommy.
like watching Barney in kindergarten. That's like a That's like a faux pas.
Yeah, that was embarrassing, wasn't it?
It was when you were in kindergarten. Yeah, because I did watch a little. I watched a little Barney when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, you got till you were 5, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're a fucking loser."
They're like, "I bet you watch Barney." No, I don't.
We watch Arthur, bitch.
Yeah.
We're on the Sesame Street, you loser.
You're like secretly watching Barney.
Yeah. Barney was good. We can admit it.
Yeah, I liked it as a kindergartner when it was not acceptable to watch it.
And then you always heard that rumor that he swore on TV, but it wasn't true. It was all made up.
Was it?
It wasn't that big. That was a big like urban legend. It was like you heard Barney said the F word on TV.
Really?
It was one of those stupid
like the stuff
legends.
in the Disney movies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are kind of real, maybe.
Well, yeah, there's a
You know,
huge dick on the castle in, in Little Mermaid.
yeah, they're a huge dick on the castle, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the sex in the sky, maybe
Yeah,
in Lion
that's
King.
pretty obvious. Yeah.
That one's like it's too. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Those perverts,
All right. Well, that's a good place to end it.
right there, right on dicks.
Yeah.
on.
So yeah, check out Geoffrey's podcast. It's called "You're an Idiot" with Alex Dragovich. Check out the clips online too. The clips are funny. Clips
Yes,
I
yeah.
gotta do clips. I don't do clips, and I should do.
Clips they're so annoying to put together, but they do work.
They take
do
forever,
work.
don't they?
They're so tedious. I put in like 10 hours a week to make those.
Do you
2 or
really?
3 clips. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah, it
pay
sucks.
somebody to do that for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that soon. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You got to invest in yourself. That's what they say.
I have a teenager in my building who can do that stuff. She can.
They would absolutely. They can do it so much quicker
They can
than
do
us.
it so
Like
much
I'm
quicker.
kind of good at it, but
Yeah.
like it just takes a while.
Yeah. I know
Gotta
she's
do
like a
it.
fast. But then it's weird being like, "Hey, can you come down to my apartment and edit this clip of me talking about cum and my baby being gay?" You
Yeah,
know?
can you chop up this autofellatio clip I've got?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're talking about Vince Champ, the comedian. Would you mind?
You're going to college soon, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, how's your yeah? Dad,
Any
it's my
comments?
job. Her dad wants to
Yeah.
fucking kick your ass.
Yeah, he's banging on the door. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was a lot of fun.
This was fun. Thank you for having
Thanks
me.
thanks for coming back. Yeah. And
yeah.
we'll see you around.
No
Follow
worries.
Geoffrey on social media, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys. Peace. Let me stop that recording.